Welcome, fearless readers, to the ultimate guide on how to survive giant mutant spiders. Yes, you heard that right. Giant mutant spiders. As if regular spiders weren't terrifying enough, we've now got to worry about their supersized, potentially radioactive cousins. Whether you've encountered these nightmarish creatures in your basement, or you just want to be prepared for the next sci-fi horror scenario, this guide is here to help you navigate the eight-legged apocalypse with humor and a bit of common sense. Let's be honest, the idea of giant mutant spiders is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. These aren't your garden variety arachnids. These bad boys are the stuff of nightmares. They're bigger, meaner, and possibly even capable of thinking up new ways to scare the crap out of you. But fear not. With a little preparation, a lot of sarcasm, and some practical advice, you can outsmart these freaks of nature and keep your sanity intact. In this guide, we're going to walk you through 10 essential tips to ensure you stay one step ahead of these monstrous spiders. Each tip is designed to be both practical and hilarious, because what better way to conquer your fears than by laughing at them? From keeping your house spotless to using technology to your advantage, we've got you covered. You'll learn how to turn your home into a fortress, arm yourself with knowledge, and even recruit your pets into the fight. We'll cover everything you need to know, from the importance of sealing entry points to the surprising benefits of wearing protective clothing. You'll discover why it's crucial to keep your chemicals locked up, because let's face it, we don't need these spiders getting any more mutant, and how a good sense of humor can be your best defense. By the end of this guide, you'll be ready to face any giant mutant spider that dares to cross your path. So grab a cup of coffee, settle into your favorite chair, and get ready to laugh your way through the ultimate survival guide. Remember, when it comes to giant mutant spiders, knowledge is power, and a good chuckle doesn't hurt either. Let's dive in and take the fight to these eight-legged monstrosities with a smile on our faces and a can of spider repellent in hand. Welcome to the ultimate guide to surviving giant mutant spiders. Tip 1. Keep your house clean. Alright, let's kick things off with the first and arguably most important tip. Keep your house clean. Now, I know what you're thinking. How is vacuuming going to save me from a giant mutant spider? Well, let me tell you. Those eight-legged freaks love clutter and dirt. It's like a five-star hotel for them. So, unless you want to become the next episode of Arachnid B&B, grab a broom and start sweeping. Imagine this. You're lounging on your couch, enjoying a nice cup of coffee, when suddenly, you see it. A giant mutant spider scuttling across your living room floor. It's heading straight for that pile of dirty laundry you've been meaning to deal with for weeks. Congratulations, you've just provided it with a cozy new home. The spider sees that mess and thinks, ah, luxury at last. Keeping your house clean is your first line of defense against these oversized arachnids. Dust those corners, vacuum under the furniture, and for the love of all things holy, take out the trash regularly. Spiders are attracted to the dark, undisturbed places where dust bunnies reign supreme. By eliminating these hideouts, you're essentially saying, "Not in my house, you eight-legged bastard." Let's talk about decluttering. You know those stacks of old magazines and random boxes you've been hoarding? Yeah, they've got to go. Not only do they collect dust, but they also provide perfect hiding spots for spiders to lay their creepy little eggs. Imagine finding a nest of baby mutant spiders because you couldn't part with your 2001 National Geographic collection. It's not worth it. And while we're on the subject, let's address food crumbs. I get it, you love snacking in bed while binge-watching Netflix, but those crumbs attract more than just ants. They're like a dinner bell for spiders. They'll come for the crumbs and stay for the ambiance. Clean up after yourself, and maybe consider eating in the kitchen like a civilized human being. Finally, don't forget about your outside spaces. Overgrown bushes, piles of leaves, and unkempt gardens are breeding grounds for spiders. Keep your yard tidy and trimmed, and make sure there are no easy entry points into your home. It's bad enough dealing with spiders inside. You don't want to invite them in from the outside, too. In conclusion, keeping your house clean is your first and best defense against giant mutant spiders. A clean home is a spider-free home. So grab that duster, fire up the vacuum, and get to work. Your sanity and your survival depend on it. Because let's face it, nobody wants to share their living space with a creature that has more legs than you have fingers. Happy cleaning. Tip 2. Seal all entry points. Alright folks, let's move on to tip number 2. Seal all entry points. If you want to keep giant mutant spiders out of your home, you've got to lock that place down like Fort Knox. Spiders are sneaky little bastards, and they can slip through the tiniest cracks and crevices. So unless you want to wake up with a face full of spider, it's time to get serious about home security. Picture this. You're lying in bed, finally drifting off to sleep, when you hear it. A faint scratching noise. Your eyes snap open, and your heart starts racing. Is it a burglar? A ghost? Nope. It's a giant mutant spider squeezing its way through that tiny gap under your door. Congratulations. You've just let the creature feature into your bedroom. First things first, take a good look around your house. Check for any gaps, cracks, or holes where a spider might sneak in. We're talking windows, doors, vents, and even those tiny gaps where pipes enter the house. If there's a space big enough for a spider, it's like putting out a welcome mat for them. Get some caulk, weather stripping, and a big can of Nope to seal those suckers up. Let's not forget about windows. Sure, you love the fresh air, but an open window without a screen is just an open invitation to spiders. Invest in some good quality window screens and make sure they fit snugly. If you're feeling extra paranoid, you can even add a layer of mesh for good measure. And while you're at it, check the screens for any holes or tears. Spiders are resourceful little shits, and they'll find any weakness in your defenses. And don't overlook your vents. Those things are like highways for spiders. Install fine mesh covers over your vents to keep the creepy crawlies out while still allowing air to flow freely. It's a small investment that can save you a lot of sleepless nights and therapy bills. If you've got a fireplace, make sure to keep the damper closed when it's not in use. Spiders love dark, unused spaces, and your chimney is like a luxury high-rise for them. Close off that access point and keep your firewood stored outside, away from the house. You don't want to bring in a log only to find a giant spider hitching a ride into your living room. Finally, take a walk around the exterior of your home and look for any obvious entry points. Seal up cracks in the foundation, gaps around windows and doors, and any other potential spider superhighways. Remember, you're creating a fortress here, and no gap is too small to be overlooked. In conclusion, sealing all entry points is crucial in the battle against giant mutant spiders. Treat your home like a fortress, and make sure there's no way for those 8-legged freaks to get in. A little effort now can save you a lot of terror later. So grab your caulk gun, weather stripping, and a roll of mesh, and start sealing up every nook and cranny. Your sanity and your spider-free home will thank you. Tip 3. Use spider repellents. Alright, it's time for tip number 3. Use spider repellents. Whether you prefer natural remedies or full-on chemical warfare, spider repellents are your new best friends in the battle against giant mutant spiders. It's all about making your home as uninviting as possible for these 8-legged horrors. Picture this. You're lounging on your couch, enjoying a nice evening, when you spot a giant mutant spider crawling across your floor like it owns the place. You leap up, grab the nearest weapon, an old magazine, and whack the hell out of it. The spider is dead, but so is your peace of mind. Enter spider repellents, the preventative measure that can save you from these impromptu heart attacks. First, let's talk about natural repellents. These are great if you're eco-conscious or just don't want your house smelling like a chemical factory. Essential oils like peppermint, tea tree, eucalyptus, and lavender are known to repel spiders. Mix a few drops with water in a spray bottle and spritz it around your windows, doors, and any other potential entry points. Not only will your house smell fantastic, but spiders will think twice before setting up camp. For those of you who want to go all out in the war against spiders, there are plenty of commercial spider repellents on the market. These sprays are designed to create a barrier that spiders won't cross. Spray it around the perimeter of your home, along baseboards, and in any nooks and crannies where spiders might hide. Just be sure to follow the instructions because nobody wants to accidentally gas themselves out of their own house. And then there are the DIY concoctions. Some people swear by vinegar and water mixtures, while others use a combination of citrus peels and water. These homemade remedies can be surprisingly effective and are a great way to use up those extra lemons and oranges you've got lying around. Plus, if nothing else, you can always pretend you're conducting a mad scientist experiment in your kitchen. Now, let's not forget about the hilarious mishaps that can occur with spider repellents. One time, I decided to try a peppermint oil spray in my bedroom. I got a little too enthusiastic and ended up slipping on the freshly sprayed floor, landing on my ass and startling my cat. The good news? The spiders stayed away. The bad news? I smelled like a candy cane for a week. So, take it from me. Use repellents wisely and in moderation. Finally, don't underestimate the psychological benefits of using spider repellents. Knowing you've taken proactive steps to keep spiders at bay can give you a sense of control and peace of mind. It's like building an invisible force field around your home, daring those mutant spiders to even try getting in. In conclusion, using spider repellents is a key strategy in your survival toolkit. Whether you go natural, commercial, or DIY, the goal is to make your home as unappealing as possible for those giant mutant spiders. So, arm yourself with essential oils, sprays, and a touch of mad science, and reclaim your home from the arachnid menace. Because let's be real, nobody wants to share their space with a creature that has more legs than you have toes. Happy repelling. Tip 4. Keep a pet cat. All right, let's dive into tip number 4. Keep a pet cat. Yes, you heard me right. If you want to survive the onslaught of giant mutant spiders, you need a feline friend by your side. Cats are nature's perfect spider hunters, equipped with speed, agility, and a killer instinct that can turn even the bravest spider into a quivering mess. Plus, they're adorable. It's a win-win. Picture this, you're minding your own business, binge-watching your favorite show when you see it. A giant mutant spider creeping across the floor. Your heart stops, your pulse quickens, and you're about to scream for help when suddenly, Whiskers the cat leaps into action. In a blur of fur and claws, the spider meets its doom. You sit back, relax, and give Whiskers a well-deserved scratch behind the ears. Crisis averted. Cats are natural-born predators, and spiders are their prey. They have an uncanny ability to detect movement, and nothing gets past those sharp eyes. While you're busy freaking out over a spider the size of your hand, your cat is already planning its next move. It's like having a tiny furry ninja on your side. And the best part? They work for kibble and the occasional chin scratch. Let's be honest, there's something deeply satisfying about watching your cat take down a spider. It's like nature's version of Mortal Kombat, but with fewer fatalities and more purring. You'll find yourself cheering on your feline champion, grateful for every 8-legged corpse left as a trophy. Sure, you might have to clean up a few spider guts, but it's a small price to pay for peace of mind. For those of you who don't have a cat, it's time to consider adopting. Think of it as a mutually beneficial arrangement. You get a spider hunter, and your new furry friend gets a loving home. Plus, cats are low maintenance compared to other pets. They're independent, they don't need to be walked, and they use a litter box. Just make sure you have plenty of toys and a comfy spot for them to nap. After all, a well-rested cat is a deadly cat. And if you're allergic to cats or just not a cat person, consider other small predators. Some people have success with small dogs, ferrets, or even certain breeds of birds. The goal is to have a pet that's agile, curious, and has a strong prey drive. Just make sure your home is safe for both your pet and your sanity. You don't want to trade one problem for another. In conclusion, keeping a pet cat is a fantastic way to survive giant mutant spiders. They're natural hunters, they provide endless entertainment, and they're adorable to boot. So, if you're serious about keeping those 8-legged freaks at bay, head to your local shelter and adopt a furry friend. With a cat by your side, you'll sleep easier knowing that any spider daring enough to enter your home will meet a swift and furry demise. Tip 5. Avoid dark, damp places. All right, brace yourself for tip number 5. Avoid dark, damp places. If you think giant mutant spiders are creepy, wait until you find them in the moldy basement or that spooky attic you've been meaning to clean out. These places are like luxury condos for spiders, complete with all the dark corners and moisture they could ever want. So, unless you're keen on meeting one face to face, stay the hell away from these spider havens. Picture this. You've finally decided to tackle that cluttered basement, armed with nothing but a flashlight and a vague sense of dread. You descend into the darkness, every step echoing ominously, and suddenly, you spot it. A giant mutant spider, just chilling by the water heater like it pays rent. You freeze, realizing you've walked straight into its lair. Your only thought? Why the fuck did I come down here? Spiders love dark, damp places because they provide the perfect environment for them to thrive. Basements, attics, garages, these are their favorite hangouts. It's like Club Med for arachnids. They can hide, hunt, and spin their webs without being disturbed. The dampness attracts other insects, giving spiders an all-you-can-eat buffet right at their doorstep. It's the ultimate spider paradise. Now, I get it. Sometimes, you have no choice but to venture into these spaces. Maybe you need to grab some holiday decorations or fix a leaky pipe. In these cases, you need to arm yourself with the proper gear. Wear long sleeves, gloves, and a hat to protect yourself from any unwelcome spider encounters. And don't forget your trusty flashlight, preferably one that could double as a lightsaber. You want to see those spiders before they see you. For those of you with basements and attics that are in regular use, it's time to make these spaces less inviting for our eight-legged foes. Keep these areas well lit and dry. Invest in a dehumidifier to keep the moisture levels down, and install good lighting to eliminate dark corners. Regularly clean and declutter to remove potential hiding spots. You don't have to turn your basement into a sterile lab, but a little maintenance goes a long way. Let's not forget about outdoor spaces. Sheds, wood piles, and even garden furniture can become prime real estate for giant mutant spiders. Keep these areas tidy and well maintained. Store firewood away from the house and elevate it off the ground. Clear away leaves and debris that can create damp, dark hiding spots. And for the love of all that is holy, shake out any garden tools or cushions before using them. You don't want to discover a spider the size of a dinner plate when you're just trying to enjoy a sunny afternoon. In conclusion, avoiding dark, damp places is crucial in the fight against giant mutant spiders. These areas are spider heaven, and you want to make them as unappealing as possible, so keep them clean, dry, and well lit. And if you must venture into these spaces, do so with caution and proper protection. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of, oh my god, what the hell is that? Happy exploring, and may your encounters with giant mutant spiders be few and far between. Tip 6. Stay alert when outside. Alright folks, let's dive into tip number 6. Stay alert when outside. Giant mutant spiders aren't just indoor invaders. They can also be lurking in your backyard, your favorite hiking trail, or even your local park. The great outdoors can quickly turn into a horror movie set if you're not careful. So, keep your wits about you, and stay vigilant, because those eight-legged nightmares could be anywhere. Picture this. You're enjoying a nice picnic in the park, basking in the sunshine, when you decide to stretch out on the grass. Suddenly you feel something tickling your leg. You look down, and there it is. A giant mutant spider making itself at home on your picnic blanket. You scream, flail, and probably scare the crap out of everyone around you. Your relaxing day has just turned into a scene from arachnophobia. When you're outside, it's crucial to be aware of your surroundings. Spiders love to hide in tall grass, under rocks, and in piles of leaves. If you're planning to sit on the ground, bring a blanket or a chair to create a barrier between you and the creepy crawlies. And for the love of all things sacred, shake out that blanket before using it. You don't want to unroll your picnic only to find a spider the size of a small dog waiting to join you for lunch. Gardening enthusiasts, this tip is especially for you. Your flower beds and vegetable gardens are prime real estate for spiders. When you're digging around in the dirt, wear gloves and long sleeves to protect yourself from unexpected encounters. And always check your gardening tools before grabbing them. Nothing ruins a sunny afternoon faster than finding a giant mutant spider curled up in your watering can. If you're a fan of hiking or camping, staying alert is even more important. Spiders love hiding in fallen logs, tree bark, and even your tent if you're not careful. Before you set up camp, thoroughly inspect the area and give your tent a good shake before climbing inside. And if you're really paranoid, consider investing in a spider repellent spray for your gear. Better to be safe than sharing your sleeping bag with an eight-legged roommate. Let's talk about outdoor gear. If you've left shoes, hats, or jackets outside, always shake them out before putting them on. Spiders love cozy, dark places, and your hiking boots are basically the Ritz-Carlton for them. The last thing you want is to shove your foot into a boot and feel something squirming around. Trust me, that's a nightmare you don't want to live through. In conclusion, staying alert when outside is key to surviving giant mutant spiders. Whether you're picnicking in the park, gardening in your yard, or exploring the great outdoors, always be aware of your surroundings and take precautions. Shake out your gear, wear protective clothing, and keep an eye out for any suspicious movement. With a little vigilance, you can enjoy the outdoors without turning into spider chow. So stay sharp, stay safe, and keep those eight-legged freaks at bay. Tip 7. Wear protective clothing. When it comes to surviving giant mutant spiders, your wardrobe isn't just about fashion. It's about life and death. You need to dress like you're going into battle because, in a way, you are. And trust me, nothing says I'm ready for you, you eight-legged freak, like a good set of armor. Or, a thick pair of jeans and a long-sleeved shirt. Picture this. You're taking out the trash late at night, feeling a bit too confident in your flimsy pajama shorts and tank top. You open the lid of the garbage can and bam! A giant mutant spider leaps out, ready to make you its next meal. You flail, scream, and probably end up throwing the trash bag at it. Congratulations. You've just turned a simple chore into a scene from a horror movie. Now imagine the same scenario, but this time you're wearing jeans, boots, and a thick hoodie. You've just reduced the spider's chances of getting to your precious skin by about 90%. See? Fashion matters. Let's start with the basics. Long sleeves and pants. These are your first line of defense against spider bites. Sure, you might feel like you're wearing a portable sauna in the summer, but wouldn't you rather be hot than horrified? Thick fabrics are your friends. Denim, canvas, anything that a spider's fangs would have a tough time getting through. And don't forget to tuck your pants into your socks. It may not be a runway look, but it sure as hell keeps the spiders out. Next up, gloves. Not just any gloves. Heavy duty. I'm going to tackle the gardening, fix the car, and fight off mutant spiders gloves. Leather or thick rubber are your best bets. They protect your hands and give you that extra bit of courage when you're reaching into places where spiders might be lurking. Plus, they make you feel like a badass. Come at me, bro, you'll think, as you confidently lift that suspicious-looking rock. Let's not forget about footwear. Flip-flops and sandals are a big no-no, unless you want to feel the tickle of spider legs on your bare toes. Go for sturdy boots or at least closed-toe shoes. If a spider tries to pull a fast one and scuttle across your path, you'll be ready to stomp it into oblivion. It's not just about protection, it's about asserting dominance. You are the apex predator here, not some oversized arachnid. And if you're feeling particularly paranoid, or just enjoy a good laugh, consider investing in some extra gear. A beekeeper suit, perhaps? Sure, you might look ridiculous, but there's no way a spider's getting through that. Or how about some shin guards and elbow pads? It's like gearing up for a contact sport, except the opposing team has way too many legs. In conclusion, wearing protective clothing is essential in the fight against giant mutant spiders. Dress like you're going into battle because, quite frankly, you are. Long sleeves, pants, gloves, and sturdy shoes are your best defenses. So suit up, stay safe, and show those spiders who's boss. Remember, it's better to be overly cautious and sweat a little than to become a spider's next meal. Happy dressing, and may your wardrobe always be your armor. Tip 8. Use technology to your advantage. All right, it's time for tip number 8. Use technology to your advantage. In the battle against giant mutant spiders, it's not just about brute strength and sheer willpower. Sometimes, you need to outsmart these eight-legged freaks with a bit of modern tech. Because if there's one thing we humans are good at, it's inventing gadgets to make our lives easier, and a hell of a lot safer. Picture this. You're lying in bed, scrolling through your phone. When you see it, a giant mutant spider on the ceiling, right above your face. Instead of screaming and flailing like a madman, you calmly reach for your trusty ultrasonic pest repeller. With a press of a button, the device emits a high-frequency sound that sends the spider scurrying back to the depths of hell from whence it came. Technology for the win. First up, let's talk about ultrasonic pest repellers. These little gadgets are like the invisible force fields of the spider world. They emit high-frequency sounds that are inaudible to humans but drive spiders absolutely bonkers. Plug them in around your home, especially near entry points and dark corners, and watch as spiders decide your house is no longer prime real estate. Just be sure to place them strategically. Spiders are crafty bastards, and you want to cover all your bases. Next, consider investing in smart home devices. Motion-activated lights can be a game-changer in your anti-spider arsenal. Spiders love the dark, so the moment they trigger a light, they're exposed and vulnerable. Install these lights in your basement, attic, and garage. Not only will you scare off spiders, but you'll also avoid those terrifying moments of walking into a pitch-black room and imagining every shadow is a mutant spider waiting to pounce. Let's not forget about apps. Yes, there are apps for everything, including spider identification and control. Download a good pest control app that helps you identify different species of spiders and offers tips on how to deal with them. Some apps even have built-in features that allow you to record sightings and track infestations. It's like having a digital field guide and spider encyclopedia in your pocket. And if you really want to take things up a notch, consider getting a robotic vacuum cleaner. These little robots aren't just for lazy cleaning days. They're your new spider hunting allies. Set them to roam your house, especially in areas where spiders might hide. Not only will they keep your floors spotless, but they'll also suck up any unsuspecting spiders that cross their path. It's like having a tiny, tireless soldier patrolling your home 24/7. Finally, for the ultimate in spider defense, why not build your own spider surveillance system? Set up cameras in known spider hotspots and monitor the footage from your phone or computer. If you spot a giant mutant spider, you can take immediate action, whether that's calling for backup, deploying your ultrasonic repellers, or just setting the whole place on fire. Okay, maybe don't do that last one, but you get the idea. In conclusion, using technology to your advantage is a smart and effective way to combat giant mutant spiders. From ultrasonic repellers and smart lights to apps and robotic vacuums, there are plenty of gadgets out there to help you stay one step ahead of these creepy crawlers. So gear up, tech out, and show those spiders who's boss. Because in the digital age, there's no reason to let an 8-legged terror ruin your day. Happy teching, and may your home be spider-free. Tip 9. Know your enemy. Alright, let's dive into tip number 9. Know your enemy. When it comes to giant mutant spiders, knowledge is power. The more you know about these 8-legged nightmares, the better equipped you'll be to handle them. So grab your magnifying glass, put on your Sherlock Holmes hat, and get ready to become an arachnid expert. Trust me, it's not as bad as it sounds. Picture this. You're sitting in your living room, minding your own business, when you see it. A giant mutant spider casually strolling across your floor like it owns the place. Your first instinct might be to scream and run, but not today. Today, you're armed with knowledge. You calmly assess the situation, identifying the spider's species, habits, and weaknesses. Then, with the precision of a ninja and the confidence of a boss, you take it down. Knowledge is badass. First things first, get to know the different types of spiders you might encounter. Not all spiders are created equal. Some are harmless, while others are venomous little bastards you definitely want to avoid. Do a little research on common spider species in your area. Learn to recognize their shapes, colors, and behaviors. There are plenty of resources online, and even some handy apps that can help you identify them with just a picture. Think of it as Pokemon Go, but with more legs and a lot more screaming. Understanding spider behavior is crucial. For instance, did you know that most spiders are nocturnal? That's right. While you're tucked in bed dreaming of peaceful, spider-free meadows, those creepy crawlies are out and about doing whatever it is giant mutant spiders do. Knowing this, you can adjust your spider fighting strategies accordingly. Maybe invest in some nighttime deterrents, or just never turn off your lights again. Whatever works for you. Let's talk about spider weaknesses. Despite their intimidating appearance, spiders have their vulnerabilities. They're sensitive to light, vibrations, and certain smells. Essential oils like peppermint, tea tree, and citrus can be powerful repellents. Understanding these weaknesses can help you develop effective strategies for keeping them at bay. And if you ever find yourself face to face with a giant mutant spider, knowing its Achilles heel might just save your ass. Now, I know what you're thinking. Do I really need to become a spider expert? Well, let me ask you this. Do you want to be prepared, or do you want to be a panicked mess every time you see a shadow move? Exactly. Plus, having this knowledge can make you the go-to person for spider-related emergencies among your friends and family. Imagine the respect and admiration you'll earn when you confidently identify and deal with a spider while everyone else is losing their shit. In conclusion, knowing your enemy is a key part of surviving giant mutant spiders. By understanding their species, behaviors, and weaknesses, you can develop effective strategies to keep them at bay and protect your home. So embrace your inner arachnologist, do your research, and arm yourself with knowledge. Because when it comes to giant mutant spiders, being informed is half the battle. Happy studying, and may your newfound spider wisdom keep you safe and sane. Tip 10. Keep the chemicals locked up. Alright folks, we've made it to the final tip. Keep the chemicals locked up. When you're dealing with giant mutant spiders, the last thing you want to do is make them even more mutant. Trust me, you don't want to turn your backyard into the set of a low-budget horror movie where the spiders are not just giant, but now glow in the dark and have superpowers. Picture this. You're in your garage, rummaging around for some bug spray because you just saw a spider the size of a dinner plate skitter across your driveway. You reach for a can of industrial-strength pesticide, but then you remember, oh shit, this stuff could make the spider even more mutant. Instead of creating a radioactive nightmare, you wisely decide to lock that stuff up and find a safer solution. First things first, if you have kids or pets, keeping chemicals locked up is just common sense. But when you throw giant mutant spiders into the mix, it becomes a survival necessity. Imagine little Timmy accidentally spilling a bottle of weed killer on a spider and it suddenly doubles in size and sprouts another set of legs. You don't need that kind of drama in your life. Let's talk about the kinds of chemicals you should be wary of. Pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, basically anything ending in "cide" should be treated with caution. Sure, they might kill regular bugs, but giant mutant spiders are a different beast altogether. They've already mutated once. Do you really want to gamble on what a dose of high-powered chemicals might do to them? Spoiler alert, it's not going to turn them into friendly neighborhood arachnids. Instead, focus on safer, natural alternatives. We've already talked about essential oils and other natural repellents in previous tips. These won't mutate the spiders into something worse, and they're safer for you and your family. Plus, your house will smell like a spa, which is a nice bonus when you're not constantly on edge about mutant spiders. And for the love of all things holy, don't mix chemicals. This isn't a chemistry lab, and you're not trying to create a superhero serum. Mixing random household cleaners and pesticides can create toxic fumes or, worse, an unholy concoction that gives those spiders the ability to teleport. Okay, maybe that's a stretch, but why risk it? In conclusion, keeping the chemicals locked up is crucial in your fight against giant mutant spiders. You don't want to turn a bad situation into an apocalyptic one. Stick to natural repellents, keep dangerous chemicals out of reach, and avoid mixing anything that could result in more mutations. Remember, you're trying to survive, not create the next big monster movie. So lock up those chemicals, breathe easy, and sleep tight knowing you've done your part to keep the mutants at bay. Happy and safe spider hunting. Congratulations, brave soul. You've made it through the ultimate guide to surviving giant mutant spiders. By now, you're practically an expert in outsmarting these oversized arachnids. Whether you're cleaning your house like a pro, sealing up every crack and crevice, or arming yourself with essential oils and ultrasonic gadgets, you're ready to face these eight-legged nightmares head-on. Let's recap the essentials. You've learned to keep your home spotless, seal all entry points, and use both natural and technological repellents to keep the spiders at bay. You've discovered the power of having a pet cat as your personal spider hunter, and the importance of wearing protective clothing when venturing into spider territory. You know to avoid dark, damp places, stay vigilant when outside, and have mastered the art of spider identification. And of course, you're keeping those chemicals locked up, because the last thing we need is even more mutant spiders running amok. Remember, the key to surviving giant mutant spiders isn't just about following these tips. It's about maintaining a sense of humor and staying one step ahead. You've armed yourself with knowledge and laughter, two of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. By approaching this absurdly terrifying situation with a bit of wit, you're already winning the battle. Now go forth and share your newfound wisdom. Tell your friends, family, and even that weird neighbor who's always talking about alien conspiracies. The more people who know how to survive giant mutant spiders, the better off we'll all be. Plus, it's always more fun to laugh about these things together. So here's to a future filled with laughter, spider-free homes, and the occasional dramatic retelling of your epic spider battles. You've got this, and the giant mutant spiders don't stand a chance. Keep your humor sharp, your repellents handy, and your protective clothing at the ready. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride, and may your nights be peaceful and your home be forever free of monstrous arachnids. Happy surviving, and remember, when it comes to giant mutant spiders, you're the boss.